Tanse nêhiyâwewin asamina kiwigiskinoa hamate na wow appisis nêhiyâwewin ekwa ohe kutaga nêhiyâwewin kamasnegatege ekwa kamasinipagatege utenawe kaki tuam ntohtamok egose bisk katimiltimehte na wow miugi sigaw maga mistahe kuna apo uteniganit pipon asai i kupi wipisim kegat nistomitanaw agimao ekwa ayamihewi gisigaw anoch ahkameimok kagwe nêhiyâwek ekwa kutagak iniwak ahkameimok kagwe pigiskwek kipigiskwewiniwaw aham egose aham gihtuam mina. Tanse nêhiyâwewin asamina kiwiksno madonawaw apisis nêhiyâwewin ekwa ohe kutaga nêhiyâwewin akamasnegatege ekwa kamasnipagatege utenawe kakihtuam ntohtamok egosipis kan mitsimehte nawaw miyogi sigaw maga mistahe kuna apo uteniganit piponasay iguwipisim kegat nistomitanaw agimaw ekwa ayamihewi gisigaw anoch ahkameimok kagwe nêhiyâwek ekwa kutagak iniwak ahkameimok kagwe pigiskwek kipigiskwewiniwaw aham gihtuam mina. Translates to, hello my fellow First Nations, I am going to teach you Cree a little bit more, and for the Cree language that was written and recorded already, listen to them over and over. That way you will eventually memorize them. It is a nice day, but a lot of snow here in Nikanit. It is winter time. November 29th is the date, and it is Sunday. My fellow First Nations, keep trying to speak Cree. Do not give up. I think there's a couple of errors there. Okay, so we'll have to just fix them. Remind me. Okay, so the word list from above is there any way I can? Okay, well I can just go with this, with it this way. Okay, the first one is aham, okay. Ahkameimok, you plural, keep trying, do not give up. Ahkameimok. Agimao, it is counted or it is the date. Anoch, today. Apsis, a little bit or small amount. Apu, it is or it sits, or this is where when I was saying from the past, I'm going to go use this word here, apu. We don't have personal pronouns for it, for he, she, it. We only use one phrase. So this is one of the ones that I use because I used it with guna, snow. So that's where this would translate to it sits. Okay. Next one, asamina, again or over again on it. Asai, already. Ayamihewi gisigaw, it is Sunday. Ekose, that is it. Ekwa, and ego biwipisim, it is frost moon, or the November is what it is. Iniwak, First Nations people. Kahkihtuam, over and over again. Qu'Appelle nêhiyâwewin. Qu'Appelle nêhiyâwewin. That one is supposed to have you plural. Try speak Cree. Can I just add it so I don't forget?
Do you want to move the computer this way a little bit? Because when you go to change it, you kind of go off camera a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Right there?
A little bit more.
Okay. 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 So with this one, Qu'Appelle nêhiyâwewin, you plural try to speak Cree. The next one, Qu'Appelle bigisqueyik. Qu'Appelle bigisqueyik. You plural try to speak, like speak any, like, you know, with those ones. Okay. Next one, nêhiyâwewin. Nêhiyâwewin. The ones that are written. Nêhiyâwewin. Nêhiyâwewin. The ones that are recorded, or I also have video on it there to see if we can write that. Nêhiyâwewin. You plural will memorize them with those ones. Gegach nistu mitano. Gegach nistu mitano. Almost 30 is that's what the literal translation would be. But oh, look at it's my error here. Here, what am I doing? 29. It's supposed to mean, it is supposed to be 29. Okay. Gegach nistu mitano. Githwam again. The next one is gibigisqueyawin. Gibigisqueyawin. You plural, or meaning you plural your language. Okay. The next one, Giwigisqueyawin. I am going to teach you plural. Kuna, snow. So with this next one, Kotaka, the other ones, again, with this one here, like I said, I guess I'm trying to, how would you say, not use the classification that we have in the book of the Cree language planes, but this one is referring to non-living things or inanimate noun. Kotagak. The other ones, that one is referring to living things, or what's called animate nouns in the book. So quickly going into those ones, Cree speakers, fluent Cree speakers, do not classify the English, or how would you say, when they say inanimate or animate nouns, they just automatically know how to use them. So a Cree speaker would never be able to tell you, oh, I only use that for animate noun, or I use that for inanimate noun. They just automatically know how to use them. Okay, next one, maga, but mina also. Mistahi, lots or many more. Mio ki sigao. It is a nice day. Nawe, behind, or this is how you would say in the past also. Okay, nêhiyâwewin, Cree language. nêhiyâwewin, my fellow First Nations. Nêhiyâwewin, you plural, listen to it. Ohe, these ones. Ode, over here. Pipon, it is winter time. Bisk, finally. Danse, hello, what? Going back into bisk, a lot of times when you listen to speakers, they don't pronounce like bisk. They'll just go bisk on it because they collapse a lot of the sound system between. I'm noticing with IY or IH, they seem to collapse a lot of the words when you're listening to them. Okay, so just going into that one. So from the last class or the last lesson, I used the word nitohta, and that one was referring to something. Now again, I'm going to go back into what's called inanimate noun or non-living. So this word that we're going to be using nitohta, now you're saying listen to something, listen to him, her, it. And when you refer to it, you have to be able to use something that's living with this verb root. As I stated from before, Cree is a verb-centered language. So we start off by always doing what's called the command form, and then going into command form at a later time, and then the different person indicators that we were adding. Okay, so with this one, nitohta, listen to him, her, it. Then we added nitohta kigawi, listen to your mom. Then we started, I added different what they call preverbs. Mache nitohta kigawi, start to listen to your mom. And of course I added this next phrase on this one. Corey, mache nitohta kigawi. Corey, mache nitohta kigawi. Corey, begin to listen to your mom. And then with this one, nitohtawatan, let's listen to him, her, or it. And then I always just try and write this little one, a reminder the speaker is speaking to someone and including him, her, it in the command form. And then I don't add it to the other one, but it's all to the other ones. Okay, nitohtawatan kigawi, let's listen to your mom. Mache nitohtawatan kigawi, let's start to listen to your mom. And then I added nêhiyâwewin, mache nitohtawatan kigawi. Nêhiyâwewin, mache nitohtawatan kigawi. My friend, let's start listening to your mom. Nitohtawik, you plural, listen to him, her, it. And then again, a reminder, the speaker is speaking to two or more people. Okay, nisimisak, nitohtawik kigawi, or you will also hear kigawi wow. Nisimisak nitohtawik kigawi, or nisimisak nitohtawik kigawi wow. Translates to the same thing. My younger siblings listen to your mom. Nisimisak mati nituhtawi kigawi wow. My younger siblings, start to listen to your mom. Oh, I missed there. So again, I added this one here. What's your younger sibling's name?
Jessica.
Okay, Corey. I got Jessica. Mati nituhtawi kigawi.
Yes, Jessica. I'm grown up now. three days ago.
So the next set of words are, again, those are a command form, but the action is to take place later on. Okay. Nito tawahkan. Nito tawahkan. Listen to him, her, it later. Okay. Nito tawahkan kigawi. Nito tawahkan kigawi. Listen to your mom later. Mace nito tawahkan kigawi. Mace nito tawahkan kigawi. Start to listen to your mom later. I think okay, no, I still have you under, Corey. Okay, so with this, just separate a little bit. Okay, Corey, Machi nito tawahkan kigawi. Corey, begin to listen to your mom later. Later. Nito tawahkak. Nito tawahkak. Let's listen to him, her, it later. Again, with this one, a reminder speaker is speaking to him, her, it, and commanding him, her, it to do the action later, along with self. Okay. Nito tawahkak nohkom. Nito tawahkak nohkom. Let's listen to my grandmother. Machi nito tawahkak nohkom. Machi nito tawahkak nohkom. Let's start to listen to my grandmother later. So here, I added this one here, we atsimot, just to write a description on it. So what you would say is Machi nito tawahkak nohkom. We atsimot. Let's start to listen to my grandmother later. She's telling stories. Okay, with this one. Nito tawahkek. Nito tawahkek. You plural, listen to him, her, it later. A reminder, the speaker is speaking to two or more and commanding them to do the action later. Okay. Nisimisak nito tawahkek kimosuminaw. Nisimisak nito tawahkek kimosuminaw. My younger siblings listen to our grandfather later. Nisimisak machi nito tawahkek kikokominaw. Nisimisak machi nito tawahkek kikokominaw. My older sisters, no, I'm reading that wrong. I'm going to have to go change that one. Nimisak machi nito tawahkek kikokominaw. Nimisak machi nito tawahkek kikokominaw. My older sisters start to listen to our grandmother later. Okay, I'll finish off this one. Corey egwa Jessica machi nito tawahkek kigawi. And I'll add we add some. Corey and Jessica start to listen to your mother tell a story. Okay. So with this one, this is where I said we were adding different person indicators on it, on who's doing the action. And with this one again, always have to add that. I moved away from the way it was, how would you say, written, or how would you classify? You would be adding something living, spiritual background, and then I just finished off by saying or classified as animate noun. I didn't add in the book, but like I said, a lot of times I'm using Cree Language of the Plains book. I still use it sometimes, like, to go and check my spelling on it, but I always try and think of the things as I'm sitting and adding different phrases to it. Again, going into Cree speakers, I guess I'm just going to give a hint. If you ever asked a Cree speaker if the noun is animate, they would automatically use awa to it. And if the noun is inanimate, they would automatically add uma to it. Those are the easiest ways that a Cree speaker would be able to know between the different classifications of their nouns. I've taught Cree speakers in the past, and they didn't know how to be able to classify the difference of nouns, but that's the way, from my training, that's the way I had to tell them to be able to use the words on classifying them. So quickly going back into with this one, nito tau is your verb root, and again we're adding different person indicators onto it to see who is doing the action. I know I add both English translations to it, but I only use one of them when I go and do the English translation, because we as speakers, we don't know what we're going to translate it to depending on the context of it. Okay, so nêhiyâwewin, or you'll also hear in nêhiyâwewin. Could translate to I am listening to him, her, or it. Okay, or the other one, I listen to him, her, or it on it. Nêhiyâwewin kigawi, or nêhiyâwewin kigawi. I listen to your mom. I know with these ones here, on this part here, I know I could have just added when the actions takes place, or and then add the other one of adding kind of changes the meaning of the verb, but I combined both of them, because the other the one for nitota, that's what I was doing. Okay, so going into this one, nêhiyâwewin nitotawau kigawi tipisko e achimot. Nêhiyâwewin nitotawau kigawi tipisko e achimot. See how fast you can say it. So, or you'll hear e nêhiyâwewin nitotawak kigawi tipisko e achimot. Nêhiyâwewin nitotawak kigawi tipisko e achimot. I tried listening to your mom telling a story, I tried listening to your mom last night telling a story on this one. Okay. So the next one, kinitotawau kohkom. Kinitotawau kohkom. Or apuyo. Enitohtawat kohkom. Enitohtawat kohkom. You are listening to your, I'll get this on my air here. Okay, gotta fix it so I don't. It's supposed to be your grandma. Okay. So again, going into, I'm adding these. This one is when kind of like identifying when the action takes place. This nêhiyâwewin is changing the meaning of your verb here. Okay. Kiwi nêhiyâwewin nitohtawao ko kom tipiskage e bigisquet. Kiwi nêhiyâwewin nitohtawao ko kom tipiskage e bigisquet. Or you'll hear e wi nêhiyâwewin nitohtawat ko kom e tipiskage e bigisquet. E wi nêhiyâwewin nitohtawat ko kom tipiskage e bigisquet. You will go listen to your grandmother speak tonight. It moved all over in there, so you guys will fix it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is nitohtaweo. Nitohtaweo. Or you'll hear nitohtawat. 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 Meaning he, she, it listens to him, her, or it on it. So with this one, okay, nimis nitohtaweo nigawinan. Nimis nitohtaweo nigawinan. Or you'll hear nimis, where? Nimis nitohtawat nigawinan. Nimis nitohtawat nigawinan would translate to, my sister listens to our mother on this one. So with this one, so with this one here, I just went, I didn't add too much to this person indicator. You're not going to believe this. I was trying to listen to speakers on how much they use this, or even to these person indicators, and I'm not hearing a lot of this, but it is there. Rarely ever use this person indicator when they're talking about the fourth person on this one. Okay. So nitohtaweiwa. Nitohtaweiwa, or you'll hear intohtawait, intohtawait. And that translates to his or her, whatever listens to him, her, or it's whatever. Okay, so here I added nêhiyâwewin omisa nitohtaweiwa okawiya. Nêhiyâwewin omisa nitohtaweiwa okawiya. Or you'll hear nêhiyâwewin omisa nitohtawait okawiya. Nêhiyâwewin omisa nitohtawait okawiya. So my older sisters, my older, were, so this one is even, yeah, my friend's older sister, yeah, yeah, my older sister's friend, my friend's older sister is listening to her mom with this one on it. Like I said, even as a speaker, and I'm sitting there, I'm trying to see how would I add, it's right up here, okay, up on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
My friends.
Yeah, because you got, that's a fourth person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I didn't really add a lot of different ones on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so with this one, because you do hear it, but it's rarely ever used on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all new to me. All that's new. It's interesting.
Okay. So with the next one, this one would be Ninito tawanan, Ninito tawanan. Or you'll hear Ninito tawayak, Ninito tawayak. Same thing, we are listening to him, her, or it, I think, on this one. A reminder, speaker is not including the person spoken to in the action, but speaking to somebody and somebody else is doing the action with on right here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you're if someone was saying, then you would answer with that.
Yes.
If you're sitting there just listening to whatever's going on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So so I'd be speaking to somebody, I'd be speaking to you, but somebody else is here with me.
Yeah.
So it'd be, look at this, I'm trying to remember your name.
Kirsten?
Kirsten. So I'd be saying into tawaya, no, ninito tawanan, yeah, or into tawayak, but you're not included in the action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's, I always try and add that part in that one. So with this one, nia ekwa niwichewagan ninito tawanan no kom e a chimot. Or you'll hear niwichewagan ekwa nia into tawayak no kom e a chimot on this one. And then more or less, my friend and I listen to my grandmother tell stories on that one. So again, going back into the same thing, you're not if it was I and Kristen doing this, I can say niaga Kristen ninito tawana no kom e atsimot. So I'm just telling you something, but you're not included in the action with this one. Ginsto then. Okay, so with this one, where I lost it somewhere.
Yeah, it was a little. It's a little confusing, but not really. You know what I mean? Because I'm picturing how the people would be situated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then trying to picture where would you use that?
You would be using this when you're telling something somebody
comes up to you.
Yes, yeah. And they're not included in that action, but you have somebody beside you.
Yeah.
That beside you, or else you're adding that person onto. So for the next one, the next one here. You could say my friend and I, but it doesn't have to be the friend can be there or not there, but you're telling them that action.
Yeah.
Okay? So the next one is nia ekwa niwi chewagan niwi nito tawanan no kom e wi achimot wapake Kiche kiskinwa hamage wikamegok. Okay, fluent speaker wise. Nia kwaniwi chewakan niwi nitawana no kom e wi achimot wapake kiche kiskinwa hamage wikamegok on those ones.
You're deadly.
So that's how, like I said, again. If you were going to use this, you would be including somebody else with that action. Okay, and the other way you can hear the same one is niwi chewagan ekwania ewi nito tawayak no kom ewi achimot Kije kiskenoa hamage wigamigok wapake. Okay. Again, if you heard fluent speakers, niwi jewa gwan egwania niwi ewi nitortawaya no kom ewi achimot kije kiskenoa hamage wigamigok wapake. So with this one, where did I put wapake? Okay, so I deliberately changed some things here. I don't know if you noticed the difference between wapake is right after the verb and wapake is here. Those words, again, can be moved after, this is what you would call a noun, or right after the verb on it. And it would have the same meaning on it. Okay? Just to put that in there. Okay, so the next one is nia. Okay, I'm gonna go nia egwa niwi jewagan niwi nito tawanan no gom no, we finished that one, didn't we? Okay, let me just go over it again.
Yeah, we finished that.
Yeah, nia egwa niwi jewagan niwi nito tawanan no gom ewi no Beako achimot wapake kije kiskinwa hamatui gamigok. Fluent speakers. Speaker would be nia egwa niwi jewagan niwi nito tawana nokom ewi beako achimot wapake kije kiskinwa hamage wigamigok. So the other way that you would hear this would be nia. No, I changed this around again because, okay, yeah. Okay, niwi jewagan egwania ewi nito tawayak no kom ewi beako achimot kije kiskinwa hamake wi kamikok wapake. Okay. Niwi jewagan egwania ni ewi nito tawayak no kom ewi beako achimot kije kiskinwa hamage wi kamikok wapake. With that one. And that's how you have to be able to listen to it over and over again. That's how come I keep adding that emphasis to it. And again, both of these would translate to my friend and I intend to listen to my grandma tell stories alone at the university. That's where it changed. No, beago. Added beago to this one. Okay? That's the difference on it. Again, like I said, so with this one, here is the one, okay, kinito tawano, or you'll hear inito tawayak. So this one is translating to, we are listening to him, her, it, and then here, a reminder, speaker is including person speaking to in the action. So here, if I and Kristen, and I'm telling you this, Corey, kin tawano or in tawayak, I'm including you in the action now. So that's what the difference of the person indicator is. Okay. So, kia egwa niwi jewagan kinito tawano nohkom achimot. Or you'll hear kia egwa niwi jewagan into tawayak nohkom achimot. So quickly, I'm going to go read the way you would hear speakers. Kia egwa niwi jewagan kinto tawano nohkom achimot. Or kia egwa niwi jewagan into tawayak nohkom achimot on this one. And it translates to you and my friend. Where am I? Okay, my friend and you and I listen to my grandmother telling stories. or tell stories with those ones. Okay. So do you?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm all mixed up with the font going all over.
Yeah, no, that one makes sense how you're using that there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It feels like a long way to say that, though. Is it a long way to say it, or am I is it just my brain?
The long way of, well, you'll hear either one of them. So, I don't know.
Because like when we say something like "Qu'Appelle" or
Well, I mean, you can
but
say,
I mean,
yeah, you can
as
say,
an
oh,
indicator.
yeah.
Okay.
No, you still,
Mhm.
you can't, it's not possible to say "Gakio kinto." If you said "Gakio ndo tawa gak," but that's the command form,
Yeah,
that what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is possible to say "Gakio kinto tawa no kom." So you're all saying what you're saying. All of us
Yeah.
are listening to my grandmother.
Yeah. But
on-
here we're being
Specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, adding the different persons here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
because I heard some people before, egua. Like, just shorten it.
That's one of the things that I noticed too also though, is they do tend to use egua.
Yeah.
So for instance, if you notice the first couple of, when I'm writing the introductions on my phrases, the first ones that I broke down in the list, I had like 6 eguas on there. Because that's just,
Yeah.
we just automatically use them
Just
with,
use it. Yeah.
yeah, so, okay.
But then this is this way, like that, like the proper way. It's good to know that. Right? So that you're not.
I guess when you talk about proper way though,
Yeah.
I'm writing it in this form because you never know which, when I'm talking about modes, kiwi ni tohtawa no, ewi ni tohtawayak, those are the same translations depending on how it's used in context, but a Cree speaker
Just
automatically knows which one
Yeah.
to use. They don't. They don't.
No, we're not analyzing. Like
No.
You're not analyzing it
No.
like how I'm analyzing
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, they just
in
know.
my brain.
Yeah. So if you hear us different speakers, so here I was kind of trying to figure out, okay, what did I add here? But I added different phrases here. So the next one, kia ekwa niwi jewagan kiwi nito tawano no kom e achimut wigik wapake. Or you'll hear kia ekwa niwi jewagan ewi nito tawayak no kom e achimut wigik wapake. Okay, again, those are breaking it down in pronunciation. Speakers would be kia gwaniwi jewagan ewi kiwi nito tawano no kom e achimut wigik wapake. Or kia egwaniwi jewagan ewin tohtawaya no kom e achimut wigik wapake. So this one was added to say, you and my friend, again, here you're adding self to the thing here. Okay, you and my friend will go and listen to my grandmother tell stories at her house tomorrow. Here I didn't move the wapaki around, I just left it at the end on this one. Okay, like I said with it, the speaker's adding self to it, on it. Okay, so okay, next one. I added different words as nêhiyâwewin, go in, and nêhiyâwewin is alone on it. Okay, those are the ones that are added on there. Okay, kia ekwa niwi jewagan kiwi nêhiyâwewin nitotawano no kom nêhiyâwewin atimot wiki wabake. The next one, another way you'll hear it, kia ekwa niwi jewagan wi nêhiyâwewin nitotawayak no kom nêhiyâwewin atimot wiki wabake. So here, you and my friend, here I added here, you and my friend and I will go and listen to my grandmother tell stories. Tell stories. Here, that's my mistake here. At stories alone at her house tomorrow. Okay, somewhere here. I lost it. Okay, there. But if you heard speakers, you would automatically hear kia kwaniwi jewagan kiwi nitotawano no kom nêhiyâwewin atimot wiki wabake. Or you'll hear kia kwaniwi jewagan wi nitotawayak no kom nêhiyâwewin atimot wiki wabake. With those ones. The more, again, I'm going to say, the more you listen to it, when you hear speakers talking, you'll understand a lot of the phrases with the person indicators on what is being said there. Okay?
I really like that word, that nitotawano. That's it's really opening up my brain. I like that.
Okay. So with this one would be kinitotawawau or initotawayek. Okay, kinitotawawau initotawayek. Again, this one is translating the speaker. You plural listen to him, her, or it. So if I was the speaker, or a reminder speaker speaking to two or more. So if I said, I'm speaking, and if I said, in kintohtawawau, I would be referring to you two and saying, you plural, are listening to him, her, it, with it.
Because like normally I wouldn't say that, like, but now that's what I'm gonna say is that, right? And instead of my go-to is always Qu'Appelle, right? But that just means everybody.
Yeah.
But this one you can actually be specific with that.
Yes.
For pluralizing.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so continuing on and adding this other ones. Kia ekwa kimis kinito tawawau kiko wow atimot. I'm going to go back and say this one again. Kia ekwa kimis kinito tawawau kiko wow atimot. Another way you'll hear this is kia ekwa kimis into tawayek kiko wow atimot. This one would translate to you and your older sister are listening to your grandmother tell stories. Your grandmother, not with mine on it. Okay, that's kiko wow is the one that's saying your grandmother. Quickly going into Cree speaker. Kia ekwa kimis kinto tawawau kiko wow atimot. Or you'll hear kia ekwa kimis kinto tawayek kiko wow atimot. So with this one, you're adding when the action takes place. Key is the past, and then adding where it took place. Okay, with this next one. Kia ekwa kimis kiki nito tawawao kiko komewao e achimot kiche kiskinwa ha make wikamikok tipiskok. The other way you'll hear this is kia ekwa kimis egi nito tawayek kiko komewao e achimot kiche kiskinwa hamake wikamikok tipiskok. This one translates to, you and your older sister listened to your grandmother tell stories at the university last night. Quickly going into this one as speaker-wise, you would hear kia wakimis kiginto tawawa kiko komowao e atimot kichikiskinwa hamage wikamikok tipiskok. The other way you'll hear it is kia wakimis kiginto tawayek kiko komowao e atimot kichikiskinwa hamage wikamikok tipiskok. So with that one. Okay? Listen to it over and over again and you'll have no problem.
That's some Yoda's, Master Yoda speak right there. I'll get there. I'm a young Padawan right now, but I'll get there.
You'll get there. Okay. So with this one, the next set of words is, like I said, with the verb that we just finished, you add something that's animate to it. I'm going to go back and I'm going to use Cree language of the plains, and I'm going to go what's called VTA verbs, or transitive animate verbs in it. You can take any of those verbs and then add an animate noun to it to expand your your words on it. And this is just to add some terms to this one. Okay, again, all the verbs are written in the command form in the back of the book, in the glossary, on the Cree language of the plains on it. And you can always add. So I always try and listen to, I'm so bad listening to speakers on verbs that they use kind of on a daily basis. Okay, especially when I go and visit my Aunt Margaret, or sometimes when I'm on a phone with, right now it's so I can visit my Auntie Jean, so it's like, just during the phone call till say some command forms. So these are the ones that I hear, but not necessarily with all of the things. Okay, asam kohkom pakwe sigana. Asam kohkom pakwe sigana. Feed your grandmother bannock. Okay, kanawapam kisimis. Kanawapam kisimis. Watch your younger sibling. Kiyokau kohkom. Kiyokau kohkom. Visit your grandma. Pohtiskau midas. Pohtiskau midas. Put a pants on. Kageskim awasisak. Kageskim awasisak. Give advice to the children, or it says preach to the children. Atuska oskayak. Atuska oskayak. Hire the younger people. Kakwechim kimosum. Kakwechim kimosum. Ask your grandfather. Okay. Koskon kigawi. Koskon kigawi. Wake up your mother. Nagateim kitim. Nagateim Gidim, look after your dog. Agim suniao. Agim suniao. Count your money, or count, you could also translate this count the money with this one. Okay, Ohpin ospoagan. Ohpin ospoagan, lift the pipe. Bihtoa gistes. Bihtoa gistes, give your older brother a smoke. Or sometimes it translates into give your older brother to smoke pipe when pipe is in the area. Okay, on this one. So just quickly adding questions, somewhat questions into one of these nouns here. So if you hear Kiki asamau chi ko kompakwe sigana tibiskok. Kiki asamau chi papa ko kompakwe sigana tibiskok. Were you able to feed your grandmother bannock last night? Could be just a simple answer of saying namoya or moya for no. Namoya or moya for no. Or you'll hear eha, aha, ihi for yes. So, and then if they wanted to answer with all of the phrases, now it changes back into, or okay, you can say namoya or moya, and then saying nigi asamao no kompakwe sigana dipsko. No, I did not feed my grandmother bannock last night. Or if they wanted to say yes, I did, you would hear either one of these, eha, aha, ihi, nigi asamao no kompakwe sigana tibiskok. Yes, I fed my grandmother bannock last night, with those ones. Okay, so one is asking that question. Going back, if you take a look at it, yeah. So here, kiki asamao ti gokom. So did you feed your grandma? Now, if that person wanted to answer, they have to be able to say nigi asamao nokom with it. Okay, with that one, just to get you confused at the end.
Yeah. Right at the end.
At the end.
The key, the ni, and then ko and no.
Yeah.
Are your indicators if you're being asked,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then how you answer.
Yes.
You're basically saying I didn't.
Yeah. So.
Using the ends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With that one. Okay. See you and egosigi toamina. That is it for now.
Yeah.